Hi guys, Brian here. Welcome to 40 Feet of Fame. Here's a little refresher for how we got to where we are right now. In 1957, E.M. Stewart, who was with the Chamber of Commerce here in Hollywood, he came up with the idea of the Hollywood Walk of Fame. In 1958, in August of 58, they had put together the 8 stars that were down the corner of Hollywood and Highland to give people an idea of how it would look. When that was taken care of, then a couple of lawsuits happened, so the Walk of Fame didn't officially begin construction until February 8th of 1960. And that is why a lot of people will say that Joanne Woodward was the first person to get a star in February of 1960. In reality, where I am right now is where the Walk of Fame began in earnest, shall we say. After the lawsuits were settled and everything else was taken care of, the construction began here at the corner of Gower and Hollywood Boulevard. This is where it all actually began, and they laid the whole thing out here. They began this in February, on February the 8th. A lot of the stars along here, a lot of these stars all have the same date because they go with when it was started, February 8th of 1960. Stanley Kramer here was the first one actually finished March 28th of 1960, and then it begins going along here. So date-wise, the beginning stars all have basically the same date, and it's just how it works out. So, here we go. Stanley Kramer, director and producer Stanley Kramer. You might know him for movies like Inherit the Wind, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, and Judgment at Nuremberg, and my personal favorite, It's a Mad, 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 Mad World. Followed by Gregory Peck. Interestingly enough, Gregory Peck, first of all, he got an Academy Award for playing Atticus Finch in To Kill a Mockingbird. He's just an amazing actor anyway. In November of 2005, Gregory Peck's star was stolen. And I came down here to see what was going on. And one of the news people, I don't go on, put my face on TV or anything like that. But they asked me, they said, so what do you think happened? And I said, well, obviously it was stolen. I said, the first thing, they said, what do you think they should do? I said, the first thing the police should do is look up everybody in the phone book whose name is Gregory Peck and look in their basement. Maybe they'll find something, see what happens from that. Now that's followed by Thomas Mitchell. Now you know Thomas Mitchell. Thomas Mitchell was the father in Gone with the Wind. He was Uncle Billy in It's a Wonderful Life. Here's the thing about this. First of all, Thomas Mitchell was the first male to get an Oscar, an Emmy, and a Tony Award. First male to do that. He got his Oscar for Stagecoach. He played the drunk guy in Stagecoach. He got an Emmy for a show called The Doctor in 1953. And he also got an Emmy, a Tony Award in 1953 for a musical called Hazel Flag. Now, interesting enough, he also has 2 stars. Well, a number of people have 2 stars, and it's always people, I would always even tell people, first person to get more than 1 star in the Walk of Fame was Mickey Rooney. That's not necessarily so. It depends on how you look at it. When they first put down the first 1,500, a number of people had more than 1 star. He is one of them. You'll see another one coming up here. Mickey Rooney was the first person to get a star after all of this was originally laid out, and then he was the first person after that. So there's that. But that's Thomas Mitchell. The next one you'll notice is blank because there's not anybody in all of them. Followed by Alan Jones. Now, Alan Jones, you may or may not know, Alan Jones was a singer and an actor. He was in Night at the Opera and Day at the Races with the Marx Brothers. His signature song was called Donkey Serenade. Well, just know that for right now. He's a wonderful singer. Well, actually, here. His son is Jack Jones. The Love Boat. Jack Jones is his son. Interestingly enough, Jack Jones, by the way, got his star on April the 18th of 89. So he's right next to his dad. The day that Jack Jones was born was the day that Alan Jones recorded Donkey Serenade. That's just a little piece of weird trivia and nothing more. Next up is Audrey Meadows. Audrey Meadows, you might remember Audrey Meadows as Alice Cramden from The Honeymooners. Interestingly, her mother and father were missionaries. She was born in Wuchang, China. I just think that's kind of cool. The next one you'll notice is blank. And then you've got Gregory Ratoff. Now, Gregory Ratoff was a producer, an actor, a director, but if you're going to remember Gregory Ratoff at all, he played Max Fabian in All About Eve. He was the guy, the snooty little guy that got in some arguments, stuff like that. The next one after that is blank. Then you have the great Montgomery Clift. Montgomery Clift had, well, first of all, interesting enough, he was in with Stanley Kramer, he was in Judgment at Nuremberg. And just notice his star is even messed up a bit, much like he had a very sad life. I really liked him a lot, though. I mean, because he was deep, and unfortunately, it was a time when you couldn't come out and things like that. Anyway, Allison Janney. Allison Janney, you might remember Allison Janney from the TV show West Wing. That's what it was. She got 4 Emmys and 4 SAGs for playing on the West Wing. Now, here's the thing. At the first one I began with was Stanley Kramer. And Stanley Kramer's star was, first one actually, that started the whole thing off. Allison Janney got her star on the 10th, on October the 17th of 2016. And it was star number 2,592. So it took 56 years to get up to that number, which I just thought was kind of cool. And then the last one I'm going to do today is the great Lucille Ball. Now, Lucille Ball is Lucille Ball. I mean, there's nothing else you can say about Lucille Ball. But she also got 2 stars the day that this thing started. She has a star. This one is for television, and she has a star for film that's over on Vine Street. And you're going to find that happening. It happens with a few of these, as I said, coming along here. There's going to be, some of them have more than 1 star, but some of them got more than 1 star when the whole thing began, and it's just the way the whole thing worked out. So, that's our first section here. That's our first 40 feet. I'll be coming to you with the next section here, and we'll just work our way along. And little stories, like I said, tidbits and things like that. But you've now experienced the first full 40 feet of fame, the story of Hollywood's most famous sidewalk. Thanks very much. Enjoy. I hope you enjoy the rest of this. It's going to be a blast. It's going to take a while, but I'm just enjoying doing the research and things like that. It's just a lot of fun. I'll talk to you all later. Thanks very much.